Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Hollywood Oracle. I'm Antonio, your reader. And thank you for all my subscribers who tune in, and thank you for anyone who just tunes in general. Hopefully my PlayStation is not being too loud. It is installing a game right now, and the fans sound loud to me, so hopefully it's not loud on your end. Everything you see here was created, and I did make a walkthrough on every single stage, from the board to the road to the truck to the spaceship to the radio tower to the Las Vegas sign. The only thing that I did not create was this guy here. I did buy this, and then I had it spray painted by a company here, and I will try and tag them in the description box below. Anyways, let's get into this. Let me know what you guys think of the new setup, and let's get into this. So this is also a new deck we're rolling out. This is the Mars Attack deck. All right, that's the back of the card, and then you'll see the cards as we play here. So this is what part of your life people want to invade. This was, you guys, for the pile number one, right? We had the news card, okay? And with this news card, I gotta tell you, right? As I'm flipping these cards out, I did not like this energy, not one bit. And one card did fall, and I had to pick it up. It was either the You Stupid in the Reverse card or the Clean This Up card. And as I picked it up, you know, I always put down the bottom of the decks here so you can see these. As I'm saying, as I'm looking over these cards, I'm like, I don't like this energy. Like, this energy just doesn't feel right. And then I look at the bottom of the Major Pain deck, and it is Beware of Your Surroundings, right? So I'm already tuning in, and these cards were just like flying out, okay? And I'm like, something ain't right here. So let's get into this. With the news in the reverse, right? What part of your life do people want to invade? They want to invade the parts of your life that are like negative, right? Like with the news card in the reverse, what I'm getting is like they want to know the bad things that happen to you, right? They're not interested in your wins, your accomplishments, your anything else. They want to know, they want to know all the negative stuff, right? They want to know all the problems you're having, everything you're going through, what life isn't providing for you. This is what they want to know, right? This is some real shiesty energy, let me tell you. We have the visitors card to start us off here in the reverse as well, right? So they want to know, with this visitors card in the reverse, what I got from this, right? The energy I got was they want to know how to explain this. They want to know like the people you no longer are connected with, right? Like they want to know the people that aren't in your life anymore. Okay, essentially, they want to know those people. And the reason I feel like is they want to know those people because they want to join with those people, right? Almost like they want to like create like a hate club just for you, okay? So, you know, it's like they want to know the people you had fallings out with, but I also feel like it's just a kind of collaborate and then also like share knowledge, right, of what they know, don't know, you know, fill in the blanks of questions. We then have the drinking card here in the reverse, okay? So what part of your life do people want to invade? With the drinking in the reverse, what I'm getting is they want to know, do you have any type of like addictions, right? Anything that like you can't necessarily kick, anything that like, you know, how to explain this? Like things that you would be ashamed of, right? Like things you don't want people to know. If you have any type of addictions, if you know, watch too much porn, quote, quote, you know, if you're doing any type of drugs, etc., etc., or if you just have like a drinking habit, this is what they're interested in. It's what they want to know. It's almost like the energy I'm getting from this like pile, right, was like they want to know almost like they perceive you to be a certain way. So it's like they want to dive deeper into the unknowns to prove that you're not as maybe good as you appear, if that makes sense. Okay, we do have the follow card. So yes, they are following you, right? Like this is, the part of your life that they want to invade. It's all of it, right? They're probably following you, right, on fake accounts, probably commenting on things if you have some type of social networks, right? Commenting on things. They're the negative comments, right? But they're also following just about everything you do, right? So they can keep in touch, right? Well, I don't want to say in touch, but like, so they can get all the knowledge possible about you, right? I mean, really, if we're talking about this, right, they're fans. Essentially, they're fans of you, Pound Number One, because who puts that much, effort into knowing something about someone they dislike, right? I ain't got that time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, we got the Temptations card, right? So again, I mean, and obviously you can see what the women here are in these cards. They want to know what your temptations are. What are your desires? What are the things that you can't say no to? Do you like booger sugar, right? Do you like the devil's lettuce? Are you shooting up? Whatever the case is, again, it's like they want to know like what tempts you. Like it's almost like they want to know what tempts you so they can put it in your face more, right? So it's like they can offer it to you. It's almost like it's like for those of you who may have like quit smoking, but then it's like you hang out with a person who smokes or knew you to smoke, and then it's like they're always offering, and you're like, I quit, right? So it's like one of those kind of things, right? Where it's like they just want to tempt you to see if you'll cross over into that line again, right? Because I feel like this whole reading is just like people, they want to, whoever this is, right? If it's a group of people or just people in general, or a person, like they want to know pretty much how they can bring you down, because we have the Selfish card here, right? And that's in the upright, okay? So with the Selfish card in the upright, and you can see in the Selfish card, like she's completely into her phone, okay? So what I'm getting is like, the part they want to invade is like, what are you doing on your phone? Right? I don't, I feel like it's almost like you're so into your phone or glued into like, how to explain this? Like you're so into just minding your own business, right? And they can't stand it. It's like, why aren't you like doing this to me, right? Why aren't you following me? How come you're not commenting on my stuff? How come you're not? It's like it's like they want to know, like, why are you so engaged and involved in your own life, right? To a point where it's almost like you don't see what's going on around you. To the right of this Selfish card, how I don't like to jump ahead, but we have the Egocentric card, right? And you can see how she's reading a newspaper that says Martians, like the news is here. So again, that's just confirmation of saying, right? These people want you to pay more attention to them, to what they're doing. Like they want you to feed into them, and you're not doing that. You're just minding your own business, living your life. And that's what's irking these people, right? We have the Suitors card in the reverse. So they want to know like who you're seeing, what you're doing, who are you who are you seeing and who are you doing it with, right? With the Suitors card in the reverse, they don't want you to have suitors. Really? But they also don't know who you're mingling with. And I feel like that's why this card is in reverse, because they don't really know who your suitors are. Okay? You could be a very secretive person, right? Don't really elaborate too much on your love life. Let's say that. I know I am. I don't elaborate a lot on my love life. So you could have that same type of energy, but I do feel like it's not only do they want to know who you are seeing, but it's also how they can like ruin that, right? We have the Rebuild card, okay? With the Rebuild card, what I'm picking up is like they want to invade the part of your life where you were at your lowest and you had to pick yourself up from there, right? They want to know like the reason why your life went to turmoil, the person you were going through that, and almost like the person you became after that, okay? We have the Attention card here. With the Attention card here in the upright, I'm feeling like what the part that they want to invade is like anything that showcasts you in a good light, right? So it's like I said, they're really just fans. That's what it seems like, right? It's almost like they're so enamored by you that they want to know everything about you, right? It's like a sneak fan, you know, you know what I mean? Because I don't feel like they really talk about this to anyone. I'm not seeing that here, but like, yeah. So it's like anytime there's like attention on you, right? This is what they want to know. Why is there attention? Why is everyone paying attention to you? Why? I'm here. Why? Okay. We have the tell them none of your damn business. That's why. Okay. We have the egocentric card, right? Again, they want to know what are you like. What are you doing? What are you up to, right? That you don't pay attention to the outside world. So it's possible that you don't even have social media, or it's just like you don't like comment on people's posts, or you don't do, you know, these things of the X, Y, Z, right? Where it's like you're just not engaging with the other things that people do. So they want to know what's going on in your life, right? That has you so focused on just you, okay? Or whatever it is you're doing. We do have the date card, and that's in the reverse, but look, it's right next to that suitors card that we were talking about, right? So again, they don't know who you're dating. They don't know who you're seeing. Okay? And that's what they want to know. They want to know all. I feel like this person just wants to know literally everything about you. Okay, we do have the children card here in the reverse. You could have children. When this card came out, I was a little confused. I'm like, what do they want to know when it's children? I feel like it's like you could be something kind of similar to myself. Like I have a daughter, but I don't post her a lot, right? Only because I just feel like we're in such a crazy world that we live in, right? You never know who you can trust. So I don't post my daughter a lot, but I do love her a lot. I take 1,000 pictures of her. But with that being said, I feel like they don't really know too much about your children, right? So it's like they want to know, like, with the children card in the reverse, I feel like it's like they want to know what you're not doing for your child. That way they can have something to gossip or talk about. So they can say, pal number one doesn't do this for their child. Pal number one doesn't do that for their child. With it being in the reverse, it's like they can't talk on it because they don't know about it yet, right? And I say yet because I feel like they're trying to find anything and everything about you to use against you, right? We have the grace card, and that's in the upright, okay? And with the grace card in the upright, I feel like the part of your life that they want to invade is like your happiness. Like what makes you look like this, right? You see how she's like dressed very nice, sophisticated, carrying herself, back is straight, right? They want to know, like, how do you almost like perfect yourself? Like, how to explain it? Like your personality. They want to know how it came about, why it looks so elegant, why you carry yourself with so much grace, why, again, like I was saying, it's a lot of whys and uncertainty, right? Then we have the surprise card. Yeah, bottom of the deck. Surprise card. I feel like with the surprise card, it's not so much of invading. I feel like they invaded already. They found out information about you, right? Like, again, I was saying some of you could have social media, some of you couldn't have social medias. But with this surprise card, you can see the card right under it is the fame card, okay? So I feel like they did some digging, right? And found out that you have some fame, or at least you have some pull in a certain like area, direction, job, whatever the case is. Okay. For those, I don't really like at work, a lot of people don't know that I do this. They might talk, right? But it's not something that I openly talk about. So it's like, if I haven't told you and the people that do know haven't told you, you don't really know. But I do feel like whoever, the people who are digging in, they're surprised, right? Why are they surprised? Because they found out that you have, a little fame going on, right? Not saying you're a huge celebrity, but you very well could be. Or it's like, again, you could have a channel of your own or something where it's like you're known for that. Okay. We have some advice messages here from Spirit Guide Universe, whatever it is you believe in. We have not for everyone, okay? Not for everyone. And that's in the upright. With that being in the upright, I do... not for everyone. You can see, okay, in this row we have visitors in the reverse, selfish card, and egocentric. So I do feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just saying, like, your energy, your personality isn't for everyone, right? You might be one of those people who's like black sheep. Before I did say like a black speck or a black dot. If you're watching, comment down below, say hi. But yes, it's like they want, it's Spirit Guide Universe is saying like, you aren't for everyone, and that's okay. Okay? You're not, like, not everyone's going to like you, right? It's one of the oldest sayings in the book. Not everyone's going to like you, and that's fine. Okay? We do have, it's just water turd, and it's in the reverse. Okay? That's in the same row as drinking, suitors in the reverse, and date in the reverse. I feel like with this one, Spirit Guide Universe is just saying like, pay attention to these things, right? Like if you do have some type of addiction or some type of ailment, you know, pay attention to that. Look into it, right? Maybe go see a doctor, whatever the case is, or try some herbal remedies. With the suitors and the date card, I feel like if you're kind of focused on like love, romance, relationships kind of at the moment, right? Or maybe it's just the fact that like you don't have anyone and you're looking, right? Like looking, you're single and looking. I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying like, how to explain this? If you have the mentality of like you don't necessarily want to get back out there because you've heard horror stories or you kind of know what's out there and XYZ, Spirit Guide Universe is saying this could be one of the things that's kind of holding you up, right? So it's something that you kind of have to deal with before you can even like try and move on, right? Or try and get out there, right? You have to overcome those fears. Nothing. I think of it like this. Nothing is certain, right? So you could meet somebody and they could be the greatest person. You end up getting married, right? And, you know, a couple years down the road or whatever the case, you guys grow apart. It happens, unfortunately, right? So it's like nothing is certain, right? And what is the other saying? Oh gosh, what is it? Nothing lasts forever. Right? Even people who've been married for 50, 40, 30 years, whatever the case is, right? One of them has to die eventually. Okay? It's a sad reality, but it is true, right? So again, nothing lasts forever. So just get out there and enjoy yourself, okay? We do have you stupid, and that's in the reverse because Spirit Guide Universe knows you're not stupid. You probably know who these people are anyways, right? Who are following you, right? You probably know that there's people around from that time period in your life where you were rebuilding after something tragic happened to you. It's probably those people, right? Because, and again, Spirit Guide Universe saying you're not stupid, right? And you're not childish is what I'm getting here too, right? Like you're not, you're not childish, okay? We have this clean this up, right? Clean this up. Okay, that's in the upright. We have temptations, attention, and grace. So I feel like what Spirit Guide Universe is trying to say here is like, if you are still prone to temptations, that's fine. Look, you're only human and I get it, right? I think everyone has their own temptations, right? Right? But I do feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just calling for you to kind of address those, right? Like you know already probably what your temptations are, right? And it's only a temptation because you give it what? Attention. Okay? So I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying like once you deal with these kind of things, right? This is how you're going to feel. Graceful. Okay? Graceful. Bottom of the deck, okay, we already covered that. That was beware of your surroundings. I do feel like there is somebody here who's not in the best mind state, or it's just like they're not for your best interest, okay? So Spirit Guide Universe is just saying beware of who you trust, right, and who's around you, especially when you're speaking, okay? Okay, the feel. Yeah. That has been your read, pile number 1. Thank you for tuning in to Hollywood Oracle. Let me know what you think of the new setup, the new cards, anything else. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, also check out the transition. I think it's wicked cool. Bye.
The white
than you.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Hollywood Oracle. I'm Antonio, your reader, and let's get into this. So, if you're just joining me, thank you for tuning in. For all my subscribers, thank you for coming back. For the people who aren't subscribed but still tune in anyways, thank you for showing up. So this is a new deck I'm rolling out here. This is the Mars Attack deck. Okay. With that being said, I've created everything you see here in front of you. Besides the Martian head that was 3D printed, and I had it spray painted by a company that I'm going to try and link in the description so you can check them out if you would like to. Okay. Also, stay tuned for the transition afterwards, as though I think the transition you will really enjoy if you do like the Mars Attack movie. Okay. Let's see here. You chose pile number 2, the reunion card. Okay, with the reunion card here in the upright. Sorry. Don't mind me. Let me know what you guys think about the intro as well. Anyways, with the reunion card here in the upright, what I'm getting is like what people, the part of your life that people want to invade, right? Is like, I feel like it's your circle, right? It's like who's closest to you, right? Like who are the people that you can, and we'll get a zoom in on that, like, cause you can see here, right? You got this guy sitting over here, this guy sitting over here, this guy sitting over here, this guy sitting over here. Then you got a world map here, all those different time clocks, right? For different times of the world. So I feel like this is more so like people want to know, they want to invade the part of your life of like, who's your inner circle. If you're old enough like me, you remember when T-Mobile had like your top 5 or something like that, where it's like, it was free, like free minutes to always call those people in your 5 circle, you know? Comment down below if you know, but I feel like what people want to invade is they want to know who's the closest to you, right? Because you might be kind of like a closed book, or it's just like people don't really know like who you tell your stuff, like your info to, who you gossip with, who you XYZ with, you know what I mean? We do have the time card here in the reverse. So I also feel like another part of your life that people would invade, and I apologize if you can hear my PlayStation there. It is installing a game currently, so the fans are kind of running pretty hard on the back of there. Anyways, with the time card, I feel like what people want to know is like, when you're late to things, what were you doing? Also, I feel like it's like, they just also want to know like what you do with your time in general, right? If you're a kind of a person, again, like I was saying, like you kind of like stick to yourself, don't really like, you know, say too much about what you're doing or what you're up to, especially when I feel like this could be work colleagues, but especially like after work or whatever, if you're just like a person who doesn't post much and XYZ, people want to know, what do you do with your time? Like, what are you doing with that time? And I do feel like, especially when you're late to an event, why were you late, right? I mean, I mean, has no one ever been late before, you know? Could have been traffic, could have been whatever, right? But I do feel like people would definitely invade your life just to figure out like what you do on a day-to-day, like what's a normal day for you, right? Or even if it's not a normal day, what are the things that you do in the hours that no one's watching, right? We also have secrets here, and the secrets is in reverse. So I'm taking this as, it's not that they don't want to know your secrets, more so it's like they want to know what your secrets are. They don't know what your secrets are. With that secrets card in the reverse, they don't know your secrets, but they're definitely interested in learning, right? Or knowing. Like, again, invading what you what you do with your time is kind of like learning your secrets, right? Because if you're not expressing what you do on a day-to-day, right, then it's a secret to people. We do have the meditate card in the reverse as well. Okay, so I'm getting this feeling of like people want to invade the part of your life with this meditate card in the reverse. Is like they don't know what you do to I feel like it's more like a spiritual or a cultural thing, right? So it's like, what do you believe in, right? Not so much like what you do to relax, but what you believe in. The relax card is here and it is in reverse as well, but we'll get to that. But I do feel like the meditate card is more so like your beliefs, right? Faith. So it's like, what do you practice, right? Do you pray? Do you meditate? Do you, pray to Allah? Like whatever it is, right? They want to know what your, like, almost like your beliefs is kind of what I'm getting, right? Like, what do you believe? Okay. I believe in UFOs and Bigfoot. Loch Ness Monster, though. Let me know what you believe down below. We have the family card here in the upright. Okay, so people want to know, they want to invade this part of your life, of your family. Okay, I feel like there's an emphasis on, like, when I say family, almost more or less like your mother, your brother, your sister, your father. Like, they want to know, like, essentially almost, I mean, we don't have the children card out here, but essentially almost like what it was like for you growing up. Like, who's in your corner, you know what I mean? You can see all the spaceships in this card, okay? So it's almost like they want to know, like, people in your family, okay? It's almost like they want to know, like, who your brother is, what he does. Why? I don't know, but it's like what your sister does. What does she do? Who is she with? Does she have maybe some of the same gifts you have? Does she do some of the same things you do? Okay. They want to look on what your family does. And if this isn't like, if you aren't very close with your other family, then this is just your personal family, right? Like how a night with you and your husband is, or you and your kids are, or whatever the case is, right? They want to know heavily what that is, especially with that being the upright. They might already know kind of like people of your family, but they don't know them, right? We do have the confidence card here in the upright. With the confidence card here in the upright, I'm getting like the part people want to invade is like why you're so confident. Okay, I've been, believe it or not, right? I've been, excuse me, I've heard people say that I come off as cocky. Okay, fine. That's fine. I look at it like this, right? No one else is really going to give you, how to explain it? No one else is really going to build your head up. You know what I mean? So you got to build your own head up. I feel like this might be you, right? Where it's like you kind of carry yourself with this confidence, where it's almost like you talk I don't want to say, how do I say this? Like you talk yourself up or into things, right? Where it's like, how to explain this? If it's a work thing, right? Your boss goes, hey, I need this done. You don't necessarily know how to do that, but you have the confidence in yourself to do so, right? People want to know, where does that confidence come from? What have you gone through in life that gives you so much confidence to deal with things that you know nothing of, right? Because if you remember, he is not the president in the movie, right? But he's up there at the podium. We do have the hope card, so people want to know, right? What gives you hope? Okay. Kind of like what fuels you, right? What gives you, I feel like this hope is following this confidence card in the sense of just saying like, where does that drive come from, right? Like, how do you stay so optimistic, right? You could be a very optimistic person, or it's just, again, you believe in yourself heavily to complete tasks and XYZ, okay? And this is kind of where people want to know. It's like, where do you pull this hope from? Because some people don't have that, right? They don't have, that self-confidence, and they don't have that, like, I can do anything if I put my mind to it kind of, thought process, right? We do have the mask card here, and that's in the reverse. So what people want to know is like what you're like outside of like the terms in which they see you in, right? So if this is work, people want to know what you're like after work, right? When you come home, you take off the professional clothes or the work attire, right? What do you put on? Okay, because this dress is iconic to this movie, but it's like, what do you put on, right? Me, I come home and I immediately put on sweats or shorts, and I'm in like I don't want to call it a wife beater, but that's all I really know what to call it. But yeah, it's almost like they want to know like the the Shrek reference, right? The onion, the layers of the onion, right? After you peel some layers off, what's underneath it, right? They want to know what's underneath that mask there, okay? The world, that what you show to the world and what you keep to yourself, okay? We do have the relax card, and it's in the reverse as well. So that kind of brings us back to that whole point of like, people want to know, like, what do you do to relax? They don't know, right? And this relax is also following this mask card in the reverse as well, as saying, like, again, when you take that mask off, when you get home, when you're around people that you're comfortable with, right? What do you do to relax? How do you enjoy yourself? You can see they're having drinks, and I'll probably have one myself tonight. But with that that being said, you know, people want to know, what do you do to bring yourself into that like relaxing energy? Okay, how do you unwind? We do have the war card coming up next, and I really like how this war card looks. But anyways, with the war card here, I feel like what people want to know is like who you're going to war with, right? So in the sense of saying like how to explain this? Who you have problems with, right? Who do you have beef with? Who are you not seeing eye to eye with, right? Yeah, I do feel like this is more a sense of like, because you have like this confidence and this hope, and it almost seems like it's almost like they're saying like, because you have these things, you have to have enemies, right? Like you have to have people that don't like you. And I mean, with this huge ass world, I guarantee you there's people who don't like you. But I do feel like people are just more so concerned about who are the people that you're actively going to war with, or you just have disagreement with, so you don't go around, if that makes sense, okay? We have the rest card, and that's in the upright. With the rest card in the upright, I do feel like it's people want to invade the part of your life where like, what do you like? How to explain this? They want to know kind of like, I feel like this is again calling to like your home, right? Where it's like, where do you lay your head? What does your home look like? Where do you, you know, like, how is your home chaotic? Is your home relaxing? Is your home like again, how do you slip into this like relaxing energy, right? What does your bed look like? Okay. We do have Hermit, okay? Or maybe with this rest card, they could be, you know, thinking, what do you go to sleep in? With the Hermit card here in the upright, I do feel like people want to know, right? They already know that you're a hermit, right? That you may, again, like I was saying, keep to yourself with that reunion card. But people want to know, like, why you're a hermit. What happened to you as to why maybe you close yourself off to a certain group of people, or maybe just people in general. Why do you keep to yourself? Like, what happened in your life, right? And that's also kind of what we had from family, is why people want to know so much about your family, is so they can kind of connect these dots, right? To kind of answer the questions that they have. So with this Hermit card, it's again, they want to know, why do you keep to yourself, or why do you prefer to keep to yourself, okay? We have the foreign card here in the upright. So I feel like people want to know, if you've traveled places and what you've brought back from there. Not in the sense of saying like souvenirs, but more so in the sense of like thought processes, right? So it's like, some people say when you travel, especially overseas to foreign countries and things, you kind of become more humble. Because you're seeing how much better you might be living as opposed to like a third world country or XYZ. So I do feel like, you know, what people want to know is like what, where you've been in life, right? Have you traveled? Have you done this? Have you gone there? Kind of thing. Okay. We do have the learning card in the upright. So I feel like what the people want to invade here, yeah, is like what you're studying up on, okay, or what you're studied in, okay. If you have a specific profession, okay, or if it's like you're like, if you're learning something new, right? Again, people don't know because you're in this hermit energy, right? And you don't really tell a lot of your information. So it's, again, they want to know like what you're up to, right? I don't even feel like this is really learning. It's just more so them learning about more of like your thought processes, what you do, how you think. Okay. We do have underneath the learning card, it's practice. Okay. Practice and realization. So it's almost like, again, like I was saying, people really, I feel like this is the nicer, because I just did pile number 1. This is a nicer read where it's like people really are just more intrigued on what it is that you do, so they can kind of connect the dots and they can have more of a how do I explain this? More of a like record, we'll say that, right? You ever wonder about someone that you just don't know a lot about? So it's like, oh, I'm doing this, but what did they do? For example, I have a coworker, right, who is a vegetarian or vegan. I'm not sure the difference. All I know is she don't eat meat, right? So, so when I'm cooking dinner, I'm like, oh, I'm about to tear this up. But I'm like, what the hell is she cooking? You know what I mean? Anyways, we have some messages from Spirit Guide Universe, whatever it is you believe in. We have not for everyone, and that's in the reverse, okay? So I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just saying here, like, I feel like there's a lot of people who like this confident version of you, right? And the fact that you're not afraid to go to war, especially for something either you believe in or just standing up for yourself in general. Not for everyone. I do feel like there's a lot of people who are more intrigued in what you do with your time simply because they want to spend time with you, as opposed to really just knowing, confirmation, really just knowing what you do with your time, right? So it's more or less like, confirmation again, more just like saying, hey, what do you do on such and such night? And it's not really to find out anything. It's more so they can ask you, hey, do you want to go for a beer? Do you want to go catch a movie? Do you want to, like, this is why people are more so inclined to figure out what you would do with your time. We do have listen up, turd, right? And that's in the upright. Okay, listen up, turd. I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying with this listen up, turd, when it comes to secrets, especially in the reverse, I feel like there could be some secrets around you, right, that you don't necessarily know about. So I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is encouraging you maybe a little bit to like eavesdrop, right? Especially if you feel like someone's talking about you. But then we also have the hope card and the rest card. So I feel like listen up, turd is just Spirit Guide Universe saying you might need more rest, right? So get some more rest. And then when it comes to hope, listen up, turd. I feel like they're saying like hope is kind of like the driving factor in a lot of things, right? For example, when I started this channel, right, first couple of reads were like 7 views, 11 views, 12 views. Hope, right, that I would grow larger got me to this point. Okay, so I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just saying like listen up to, I guess, what the reader is saying, right? Like hope can drive things for you, okay? It's just you who has to put in that hope. We do have the nourish card here, and that's in the reverse. With the nourish card in the reverse, I feel like what Spirit Guide Universe is just saying here is like, don't feed into things too much, okay? When we have that, we have like the meditate card here, right? I want you guys to believe in whatever it is you believe in. Spirit Guide Universe, right? Whatever it is you believe in. I personally don't care, okay? I care if I knew you, but I'm just saying, like, I don't care. We can still be friends. We can still be cool. I feel like this is what Spirit Guide Universe is also saying, right? Like, it doesn't really matter what the next person believes in or like values, right? As far as faith and religion, as long as they're like a good person. Okay. So don't put so much on like, just because a person isn't the same religion as you, you guys can't be okay with each other or be around each other or X, Y, Z. Okay. Same thing here with the mass. Okay. I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying, don't nourish too much the math side of you, because I feel like when you play a role, right, so strongly, sometimes you start to become that role, right? Like, or almost like method acting, right? Where it's like you become the person, right? Or you're practicing to be this person so much that you become that person. And for an example, like for those of you who've been here long enough, I am in marketing, right? I meet with a lot of people. There's one person that I meet with every year that we do an event with, and I just, it drives me insane, because I know that the way that this person is acting is not actually like the authentic version of this person, but they can't turn it off, right? So it's like you'll never catch this person slipping, because they've worn this mask so long that it has become them, right? Then we have the Hermit card, okay? I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying, don't nourish so much the Hermit card. For those of you who like to be alone, I get it, right? I'm kind of a hermit myself. But I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is kind of encouraging you to get out there, right? You're missing a lot of things by staying to yourself. So if you want a hermit, that's fine, cool. Go hermit somewhere in a different country, right? Go hermit, go hermit at a new park you've never been to, right? I'm not saying you have to talk to anybody, wave at anybody, greet anybody. You know what I mean? Like, you can just go to that park and be by yourself, okay? There at the park, you know, so a new location. We do have do you want it, earn it, and that's in the reverse, okay? So I do feel like Spirit Guide Universe here is just saying, like, do you want it, earn it. Yeah, I feel like what Spirit Guide Universe is saying here is like, you have to pour, again, we're talking about like that hope, that like driving factor, right? So it's like, if you can want something, but if you're not going to put in the effort towards it, you're not going to get it, right? So if you want a more like, how to explain this, like a more closeness in the family, right? You're going to have to put in that effort to bring people closer. If you want to relax more, you're going to have to maybe schedule that into your day, if that's something that you do, like follow a schedule or routine, or make room for that. If you want to go travel, right? If you want to go far, we have the foreign card, then you're going to have to save, right? So you can afford to travel if you don't, you know, make a lot of money or XYZ or whatever the case is, right? Face your fears, bottom of the deck. Okay, Spirit Guide Universe is just saying face your fears. One of your fears could be foreign travel, for example, right? Spirit Guide Universe is just saying, like, get out there, do things. I feel like this is also talking to that Hermit card that we're talking about, right? It's very easy to sit at home and feel comfortable and binge watch TV shows, but Spirit Guide Universe again wants you to face your fears, get out there, do something new, enjoy yourself. Okay, this has been your read, pal number 2. Thanks for tuning in to Hollywood Oracle. Let me know what you guys think of the new setup, the new deck, and also, again, watch that transition to tell me if you like that as well. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
The white zone.
When I'm calling you,
Hello. Pile number 3, last but not least here. Welcome to Hollywood Oracle. I'm Antonio, your reader. And let's get into this. So, this is the parts of your life that people want to invade. Let me know what you guys think of the new setup. Okay, everything you see here was created by me, besides these little cactuses and these little flowers, or weeds, I don't guess. Those were bought. And also this was 3D printed and then I had it spray painted. I will link the person down below who spray painted it for me, the company. And then we are showing off the new Mars Attack deck. Okay, let me know what you guys think of the intro and the transition into this reading. Again, I made the sign, all the lights. I will be doing a video on how everything was made, literally from the ground up. So you'll see how how the board was made, how the car was painted, etc., etc., etc. Okay, even down to the radio tower. So the parts of your life people want to invade. We do have the fun card. Okay, with the fun card, I feel like people want to invade, invade what you do for fun, right? They could know a lot of the other sides of you, but they don't know like how you unwind, how you, confirmation, right? They don't know how you unwind, how you like have fun, again, enjoy yourself, okay? We do have the travel card, and that's in the upright. So I feel like what people want to know is like, have you traveled? Where have you traveled to? What have you done? Is there anyone you left, like, they want to know if you're from somewhere or have you gone somewhere, okay? With the disbelief card, I feel like what people want to know, right? Or the part they invade of your life is almost like, I feel like it's, how do I explain this? It's like stories that you may have told, right? With this disbelief card in the upright, it's almost like they don't know if this stuff is like factual or not factual because, it might be a little hard to believe, right? So like, for instance, I used to work at, I used to install cable, right? Internet, telephone, and cable services, right? I got stories for days, guys, okay? With that being said, a lot of the stories seem far-fetched because if you've never done the job, then you just don't know what to expect, and you don't know what you would normally see. But try to understand that, like, going into random people's houses, you never know what you're walking into. So a lot of the stories that I told, I usually had to take pictures of the things that I saw or video of the things that happened because it seems like I'm lying to you, right? That leads us into the next card, which is liar in the reverse, right? So I feel like with this card being in the reverse, again, people don't know if you're lying, right? And this is the part that they want to invade. So it's like, if you have told a lie, what was the lie? If if you're not lying, tell us more, right? Like, expand on the story or give us more detail. Okay, we do have the rebuild card here, and that's in the reverse. So I do feel like people, the parts of your life that they want to invade is like, with the rebuild card being in the reverse, this is what they don't know. They don't know if you've had to go through some type of struggle that caused you to rebuild your life, right? Like the person that they are viewing now. Were you always this person, or did something tragic happen to you that created this person? Okay. Right next to this rebuild card to the right, we have the war card, but this war card is in the reverse. Okay. With the abilities here, yeah, people want to know if you have abilities, okay? You could practice your abilities out in front of people, right? Or you could just like display, things that might hint at it, right? Like for instance, at work on my computer, I literally have a Hollywood Oracle background, okay, of whatever deck that I'm running currently, okay? A lot of people ask me about it, but I don't elaborate about it, right? So it's like, if they don't look it up themselves, they'll never know. But I feel like there are people who are interested in your abilities, and that's the part of your life that they want to invade. They want to know more of what your abilities are, what you're capable of, what you can and can't do, these kind of things. You do have the clairaudience card, and that is in the reverse. So I do feel like people, the part of your life that people want to invade is like, I feel like it's your music selection, okay? People they don't really know what you listen to on a day-to-day basis. They don't know what you're jamming in the car, what you're bumping in the car. I can attest to this because there's some people people at my job that I'm very intrigued on what kind of music they listen to based off of their personality, right? Some people you can guess by how they dress, right? But the people who dress kind of, business attire, XYZ, there's no hints at like the type of music they listen to unless you catch them pulling up to the job, right? I feel like this is kind of what's going on here. So people are interested in your music taste. That's a part of your life that they would invade, is like what you listen to. We do have the peace card here. Okay, I do love this card. With the peace card here, I feel like the part of your life people would invade is like, have you ever like brokered peace with somebody, right? Is there anyone that you were beefing with or having issues with that you just came to that like solid agreement of like, look, obviously both of us are powerful in our own ways, okay? And if we go to war or continue our war, right, it's not going to end, good for either one of us. So why don't we, call the truce? So I feel like people are interested, or they would invade the part of your life where it's like the times that you had to, call a peace treaty with people, okay? Because your next card is literally war in the reverse. So this is what people don't know about you. And I apologize if you can hear my PlayStation. It's installing a game at this current time. I apologize to even have to mention that, but I feel like it's loud. Anyways, with the war card, yeah, people want to know if you've ever went to war with anyone, right? If you ever had bad blood with anyone, how that ended, how that worked out. Like, what do you do when it comes to wartime, right? Like, what is your retaliation? What is your, what do you do? Are you an ankle biter? Okay. Or it's like, are you going for the kill? Are you shooting for the head, right? Did you play too many zombie games? Okay. We have the depression card here. Okay. It's in the reverse though. So I do feel like people want to, the part of your life that people want to invade is like, have you ever been down and out, right? Or, are you like, if they feel an energy, are you depressed currently at the moment, right? Or it's more or less like what brings you down as well is kind of what I'm getting to. Okay, so this is the areas that people would invade in your life. It's like, any moments in your life where you were depressed or you were down on your luck, or kind of like what's going on with you now currently, like what are your feelings, your emotions. Okay, we do have the learning card here in the upright. So the part of your life that people want to invade is like, are you learning anything new? Are you teaching anything new? It's almost like they want to know. I'm getting this energy of like, they want to know, they want to invade the part of your life that's expanding, right? Because as you grow, right, you're always expanding, you're always learning something new, and you're always kind of changing yourself, right? You're continuously changing. So I feel like people want to know, it's almost like they want to know the next move before you make it, right? So like, tell me what you're learning now so that when you come out with something, I won't be surprised, right? Or when you achieve something, there won't be no surprise. We do have the revenge card, and it's in the upright, okay? So I do feel like what people want, the part of your life that people want to invade is like, have you ever seeked out revenge? You see this revenge card is right next to the peace card that I was talking about, right? So people want to know, like, when you go to war, okay, what does that mean? How far are you willing to go? Did you pass the swim test, and can you swim on the deep end now? Okay. It's like that. That's what people want to know. They want to know, what are you going to do, right, if they were ever to take you on, okay? Are you going to Debo their ass, right? You going to hit them with a brick? You know what I mean? Hit you upside the head with a brick. Damn it, Manny. Different movie altogether. But anyways, we do have the news card, okay? Okay, with the news card in the upright, I do feel like the part of your life that people want to invade is, they want, again, like I was saying earlier, they want to invade the part of your life that knows like what you have going on currently, so they can be in the know before the news, it hits the news, right? So they can say, oh, I already knew that. I was holding it in. I didn't want to tell nobody. They want to be that kind of person. They want to be the person that's in the know, especially when it comes to you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have realization, and that's in the reverse. Okay. With the realization card in the reverse, I feel like the part of your life that people want to invade is like anything that's ever like clicked to you, right? Almost like, have you put together any dots that they don't currently know about, right? Like you ever like work with someone or people and it's like you can't quite figure them out, and then you figure them out and it's almost like, I don't want to say you're running game on them, but it's like, you know, if you do XYZ, what kind of result you would get. People want to know that, but like, what do you know? And essentially, right? So they want to invade the part of your life that almost has like the cheat codes to the reality, right? We have some messages here from Spirit, God, Universe, whatever it is you believe in. You had an extra one fall out here. That's your. There's 3 different types of your, right? So you're protected is the extra card you got. But we'll start up here with the okay to feel, and that's in the reverse, okay? So Spirit, God, Universe is saying, stop it, no feeling. I feel like what Spirit, God, Universe is just trying to say here is, I feel like this okay to feel card is only addressing this depressed card, okay? With that being said, I feel like what Spirit, God, Universe is trying to say here is like, how to explain this? Only you can keep yourself at a certain place in life, okay? So if you allow yourself to keep feeling the feeling of being depressed, keep reminding yourself, kind of like putting yourself down, right? Then that's kind of where you're going to stay. So Spirit, God, Universe is saying they don't want you to feel that way. They want you to start talking to yourself in a more positive light. If you are depressed or you go through like depressive episodes, right? I understand life is tough, especially now more than ever. And, you know, it can get to you, right? And I'm not perfect as well. So I just feel like Spirit, God, Universe is saying like, it's the positive reinforcement that you tell yourself and the positive affirmations, right? That you tell yourself that is going to pull you out of these kind of low moments, okay? We do have you stupid, and that's in the reverse, okay? With the you stupid in the reverse, I feel like Spirit, God, Universe is saying you are not, okay? When it comes to this disbelief card, I feel like Spirit, God, Universe is saying, you ain't stupid. You know the story's real. I know a lot, like I said, when I worked for a company, right? Cable. Some of those stories are hard to believe, but some of them are, but they're all true, right? So it's like, Spirit, God, Universe is saying for these people, a lot of people just like to play that stupid, you know, like, that didn't really happen. And it's like, but it did though. And then also with this, like, you stupid, it's in the reverse because they're saying like, you can pick up messages through audio. Okay. You listen, you could very well have a very expansive, music selection, right? Where it's like, you're not really tuned into one genre, but you can listen to everything. And Spirit, God, Universe is saying that's because A, 1, you ain't stupid, but 2, you also pick up messages from audio. Okay. So listen to the lyrics more so than dancing along with the song. And I can truly say that like sometimes, when I'm like, when there's like music playing, I'm not really tuned into it, but then like the one moment that I actually tune into it and I hear the lyrics of a song, it kind of answers a question that I've been, you know, thinking about. So I feel like this is what Spirit, God, Universe is saying. Like, you're not stupid if you believe that you're getting messages from audio, okay, or from music. We do also have the learning card in the upright. Spirit, God, Universe is saying you ain't stupid. You know what you know, right? You studied it, okay? I do believe that there is, how to explain this? What do they say? If you know everything, then you know nothing, right? So stay a student. Show no mercy, right? Is your next card. That's in the upright. So I feel like Spirit, God, Universe is encouraging you here, right? Show no mercy. I feel like when it comes to people trying to call you a liar, show no mercy, right? Let them know that you are not lying and provide evidence or receipts. So, you know, it's when you can provide evidence or receipts towards things that people think you're lying about, they're more inclined to trust you in the future about other things that you tell them, right? So I feel like that's the only reason why Spirit God Universe is like, show no mercy when it comes to the people who think you're lying, because they're like, you'll build up this credibility, right, that you're not lying. Also, show no mercy when it comes to peace. I feel like what Spirit Guide Universe is saying here when it comes to this peace card and show no mercy, it's more so in the fact of like, when it comes to peace, or like when it comes to an agreement with the person, make sure you're also getting something out of it, okay? I'm not saying like you two... Like, for example, I'm a little prankster at work. I prank people in their offices, right? And I pranked a coworker, and she pranked me back, and then she called for peace. Our peace treaty is just essentially saying we won't prank each other anymore, right? So it's like I get out of it the non-worrisome of her pranking me, and she gets the same thing, right? So I just feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just saying, you know, hey, make sure if you are going to call peace, you're getting something out of it as well. With the revenge card here, show no mercy, I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying, look, if it's how do I explain this? You know, they do say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, right? But I do feel like if you have decided that you need revenge, then show no mercy, right? Because how do I explain this? It's almost like when you think about it, like gang related, right? Like when they taught somebody a lesson, they taught them a lesson in the most brutal way, so that other people who thought about testing them would think twice, right? So I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying, like, if you have to, right? If you have to retaliate, okay, make sure that when you retaliate, there will be no retaliation from your retaliation. So I just feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying double down, you know, double down. Okay. Answers are within is your next card, and that's in the reverse. So I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just saying here that sometimes the answers are... Look, I believe like 99.9% of the answers are within, right? It takes awareness to really, you know, answer certain things for yourself. But I do feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying sometimes the answer is without you, is outside of you, right? So you might have to go and find that answer sometime. We have that with the rebuild card in the reverse. Again, if people want to know, you know, if you've gone through any types of trauma and things like that, that's something they can't answer within. They have to go and seek that out. So I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying it's possible some people might ask you in the future, right? Kind of like the things that you've gone through just to kind of get a better understanding of who you are. The answers are within in the reverse when it comes war in the reverse, right? I'm not really feeling anything towards this war card, but if I had to say something, I would say that the answers are within it, and with it being in the reverse, I feel like they're saying like war is never pretty, right? So if you're fighting for something or fighting for a cause, you know, I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying just make sure, like, not necessarily make sure you win, but just make sure that the cause is like the outcome is grand enough to even go to war in the first place, right? And then with the news card, answers are within. Sometimes, yeah, they're not. Like I was saying, like you're going to find things out via other sources. But regardless, Spirit Guide Universe, this card came out, and I always give you guys the extra card. This card came out that said you're protected anyway. So if you do go to war, if you do find out news from other sources, and if you do go through some things that are going to cause you to have to rebuild, right? Or people find out the things that you've rebuilt in your life, I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying like you won't be affected by any of these decisions or past life or past traumas, okay? Bottom of the deck is one tubby. Okay, I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is just saying here is one, don't get greedy, right? When I say that, I look directly at this revenge card. If you're winning a war, don't get greedy, right? Because that's usually where you make your mistakes. But also, I feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying look, we're moving into the summer, spring, summer, right? So Spirit Guide Universe is saying, watch what you eat, right? Because me personally, look, I feel like this is the worst time to put on weight because it's about to get hot, okay? And you don't want sweat in between certain areas and rolling around. And you know what I hate? I hate sweat that rolls from like your armpit down your side. Oh God, just ugh, nothing. Maybe too much information, but I hate being hot. Okay, so I do feel like Spirit Guide Universe is saying just watch what you eat, especially going into these warmer months, right? Because there is more chances for falling out, dehydration, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. They say you are what you eat, so try and eat some more fruit and vegetables in these warmer months to protect yourself. This has been your read, pile number 3. Again, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this new setup, the new intro, the transition, and all the things created here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.